Oh, well, hello there. Hello, Jake. Good to see you. Sorry, I only just saw your message in the chat. I'm just posting to say I'm online. I'm live. Howdy. How was your Tuesday? Hello everyone, welcome in. We'll be getting started very shortly. Just updating my socials to say that I'm now live, as always. And we'll be getting into the hunt very shortly. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Busy all day. Tuesdays are always busy because I'm getting the podcast ready for release the next day. Been a very good, caught a shiny Inkay. Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much, Jake. Thank you for doing that. Very kind of you indeed. Thank you for catching up on the rest of the stream that you missed yesterday as well. That's very kind of you. I hope you enjoyed it, even though there wasn't much to report. What's the nickname of your shiny Inkay? You gone for a nickname there? Hello, welcome everyone. You know the drill. I'm just posting to say that I'm online. And we'll be getting started very shortly. Forgot what you nicknamed it. No worries. Let me know. Alright. Cool. I think we're done now. Well, hello Tyler, welcome. Thank you very much. You've started a shiny badge quest in Y. Oh great, good luck with that. I would love to do a shiny badge quest in Y actually. Y instead of X. Just because that's the one I have. So, sending all the luck to you Tyler, and thank you very much for joining tonight. Always good to see a new person in the chat. Was the stream recommended to you? How did you find it? And welcome Luke. Good evening. I think we're ready to get started. Let me just think. Have I... Anywhere else I need to post or anything? No, all good. Right, let's do this. We've got Fire Red all ready to go. Now time to boot up the Leaf Green. Yeah, Tyler, very good to see you. More than 20,000 encounters without a shiny, as you can see. But I do have a good feeling about tonight. I really wasn't feeling it yesterday. So part of me isn't surprised that we didn't find a shiny yesterday, but I am feeling it tonight. So... let's see if that holds true. Found out through the Safari Week hashtag on Twitter. Oh, fantastic. Great. Well, I'm glad. It's always nice to have that confirmation that hashtags and things work. So thanks very much, Tyler. You're very welcome here. So you're a shiny hunter yourself. talk to me a little bit about your journey with Pokemon. What's your favourite? What's your favourite game? Your favourite generation? All that jazz. Always exciting to get to know a new member of the community. And if you are a shiny hunter, I recently recorded an episode of my podcast, Chazingdra Chats, with Matt Absolblogs Pokemon, the host of Safari Week. So do go and check that out if it's of interest. I talked to the guests about their life story and the 6 Pokemon they choose for their dream team. So, it's always a very illuminating time. Speaking of illuminate, we don't have that in Soul Silver, but we do in the Generation 3 games we've got here in Emerald, Leaf Green, and Fire Red. So my targets this Safari Week are Ledabur in Emerald, Pinsir in Leaf Green, Kangaskhan and Taurus in Fire Red. Rude not to go for those, really. And Larvitar in Soul Silver. Kangaskhan and Taurus, of course, being, I would say, sort of Safari targets par excellence. Let me just move my... Oops, not that. Let me move my face over a little bit. Get a better view of the screens. Nice. Good. Yeah, have you been doing Safari Week, Tyler? What are your shiny badge targets and why? Or are you just doing it sort of whatever appears shiny, that's what you're going to take? Sorry I was a little bit late, everyone. As you know, Wednesday is the day I release the podcast episodes. Tomorrow is with Ben Kiriakou, so I've been working on that today. It's always a little bit pushed for time on Tuesdays. But we're here now, and we're feeling the luck. And we're feeling the love. So thank you for virtually sending that over. Great. All right. We're ready. So let's go. Golbat is now a Crobat and you're 5 badges down on Y. Very nice, Luke. Very nice. I'm glad that you've got a happy Golbat there. You must be happy since it evolved. Oops. So, cheers, yeah. I'm glad that glad you'll take a look at that podcast later. Please do. I think you'll find it really interesting. I hope so. No encounters Safari Week either. No particular target for Gym 1. Line for Zangoose, Inkay, or Shelter for Gym 2. Cool. Of course, shiny. For your shiny badge quest. Very nice, very nice. Sorry, though, that your Safari Week didn't go so well. Always the way. You nicknamed the Inkay Jimble Jump. I love that. That is an excellent nickname, Jake. What sort of nicknames do you go for, Tyler? Anything that comes into your head? Do you have a theme to them? How do we nickname our Pokemon? What are we thinking's going to shine? I'm going to go for it and say Pinsir. I'm really feeling it. Really feeling it tonight. How have our Tuesdays been, everyone? What have we been up to today? Is the week shaping up nicely for everyone? I very much hope so. So as I said, I was editing my podcast episode with Ben Kiriakou today. Welcome in if you just joined. Hello there. Thank you very much for joining. Tonight's the night. I'm telling you, I'm feeling it. Tonight's the night we get a shiny. I was editing my podcast episode with Ben Kiriakou, which drops tomorrow, and he was telling me in the episode about when he was younger, he couldn't work out how to leave that very first house that you start in Pokemon Red or Blue. Anyone else have that? Anyone else need to take a little while to work out that you need to go down on the map to leave the house, or was that just Ben? Because I distinctly remember having to ask my brother for help on that. And of course, I was very young when the games came out. So, but yeah, anyone else not able to work out how to leave the house when they start a Pokemon? Ronnie, hello there. No one saw it. That's right. Hello, good to see you. Thank you for joining again, Ronnie. Always a pleasure to see you. Yeah, no one saw that. No one saw that, Ronnie. How has your Tuesday been? Have you had a good day? I certainly hope so. I've been saying, Ronnie, I'm really feeling it tonight. We're going to get this shiny. Whether you use a theme for a nickname depends on the playthrough. I had an all-grass team in Alpha Sapphire where every party member was named after purple plants. Nice! Enjoying a day off. Cool. Day offs. Days off, I mean. That's what it's all about. Good to hear. Yeah, I'm glad you're doing better than yesterday, Ronnie. Unsurprised to hear. Glad you're having a much better day. And you got stuck at the wiggling tree in Gen 2 as a kid for days. Yes! A very good point. A very good point. Because I remember not knowing what to do at Pseudo-Wudo as well when I was younger. We found lots of Tauros already tonight. Who knows? Because I don't think it's said that explicitly in-game that you have to go and get that water bottle from the house next to the gym. You sort of have to just explore by yourself. So yeah, I connect with that. I definitely connect with that, Jake. So, Ronnie, you saw the Netherlands win. Your neighbour moved out. You're happy about that as well? Oh, okay. Annoying neighbour. Neighbour problems. Well, I'm glad that all is okay now. Also, day off for you, back to work tomorrow. Well, nice. Hope you enjoy a chill evening then, Ronnie. Everyone, please all welcome Tyler into the chat. New viewer. Everyone welcome Jake as well. Everyone welcome everyone. But Tyler, let us know. What's your favourite Pokemon? We got to start with that as a baseline. Oh, I see. Not clean, share a bathroom. Yeah, of course. No, you must be very grateful to have your own space now. There's an NPC that mentions it hates water. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, there is, but hating water, I mean, you might, I don't know, try and use water gun on it. That doesn't mean go and find a water bottle, because that's never an item you've come across before. Good knowledge, though, Jake. Yeah, good point. It's a real advert, that, for exploring the whole game, talking to everyone you meet, which definitely when you start Fire Red Leaf Green, it advises you to do. Talk to everyone you meet. I definitely am that kind of player now. I want to speak to everyone along the way, explore, leave no stone unturned. But yeah, back then, there's a chance sometimes you don't think to do that. You've got the whole floor to yourself for now. That's fantastic. Enjoy that, Ronnie. Hope you enjoy that. And yeah, anyone else who has an experience of getting very stuck early on or at any point in the Pokemon games, do chuck it in the chat, because we all have moments like that. As I was saying, I and Ben got stuck when we were younger and actually had to leave the very first house in Pallet Town because you have to work out that you need to go down on the mats. Had the Pseudo-Wudo mention. Have to have spoken to someone in a house next to Whitney in Goldenrod City, but there's not much telling you that you need to do that. Also, I remember my podcast episode with Shea Burton, trading card gamecaster, saying he just could not get through Ice Path. Of course, that's much later in the game, but it is a bit of a maze in there. And so he just trained up his Pokemon until they were sort of level 100, and then just by chance managed to get through Ice Path. And then the rest of the game was a breeze. Yeah. And also, Shay had a classic Feraligatr moveset of Cut, Strength, Surf, Scratch, I think he said. Because yeah, Shay also believed that the longer you had a move, the more powerful it got. So he kept Scratch all the way through the playthrough, which I love. And, you know, you can understand why Shay would have thought that. So yeah, any early experiences like that where you didn't quite get how to play the game in every way, chuck it in. You didn't know how to deliver Oak's parcel in Fire Red Leaf Green. Yeah, that's that's gonna keep a whole lot of the game locked there, Ronnie. Or save, yes. I think I remember you saying that. I think I remember you mentioning saving. Must have been a revelation when you learn how to do all these things. I guess with Oak's Parcel, yeah, I remember you saying that. I guess with Oak's Parcel, by that point, it's kind of a good thing that so little of the game has been unlocked. Because it means that, you know, as you explore what you're supposed to be doing, there are very limited options. So there's sort of only a very few things that you can do. So I guess the game kind of guides you to go back and speak to Professor Oak in that sense. I know you'll be watching out. I know you know what I asked already. I've actually brainstormed a few little questions, Ronnie. So, as a kid, Jake, you thought going first in battle was the person who selected their move first. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I remember explaining to my cousin who came to see when I hosted EUIC, European International Championships in London this year. Explaining the basic mechanics of the game. And he also had no idea how it was determined, which Pokemon move first, and he also assumed that it was how fast the players locked in their moves. I think it can be counterintuitive learning how Pokemon works, that you lock in your move and then you just sort of watch the turn play out, as opposed to it being more real-time than that. I did prepare, Ronnie, I did. Only very, very briefly, because it's been such a busy day getting the podcast episode ready to go. Tuesdays are always incredibly busy for that reason, given I release the podcast on a Wednesday. But yes. Yes, got some questions up my sleeve. So. Yeah, please do have a listen on your way to work tomorrow. That's perfect time to listen to it. It's going to drop overnight, as usual. So it'll be there for you in the morning. Yeah, apparently it is best to release podcast episodes very, very early in the morning, in the very small hours. For that reason, so it's there for people going to work. Makes sense. What do we think is going to be the first thing to shine tonight? I'm going with Pinsir. I'm going with Pinsir and Leaf Green. You had trouble navigating the spear pillar back in Generation 4, Tyler. Fuseway, Sunny Shore City was blocked off as well. Oh, spear pillar is... oh, yeah, no, of course, in Mount Coronet. Or... Is it... What's Rayquaza's domain in Generation 3? Because they're very similar sounding names. Spear, Sky Pillar. Maybe it's Sky Pillar. That would make sense for Rayquaza in Gen 3, but then Spear Pillar in Gen 4, yeah. And fair enough. It's a maze inside Mount Coronet, Tyler. She's like, Sunny Shore City was blocked off as well. Yeah, is it a power outage? I'm thinking of Lumio City there, but is Sunny Shore blocked off because there's a power outage as well? Oh, and so you're saying that you have to get through Spear Pillar in order to access Sunny Shore City. Is that what you're saying? So, reverse psychology, that's right. Nothing will shine. Maybe it is time to reverse psychology it again. Don't know. And you're guessing Teddy Ursa is going to shine, Tyler? Yep. I could see it. Otherwise, one of the Nidorans. Rani, nice. Yeah. I think that's a solid guess. Sammy, welcome. You think Teddy Ursa is going to shine first? I hope it shines as well. Thank you very much for the luck. As I've been saying, I'm feeling good about tonight. I'm feeling good. I was not feeling good about yesterday. So, let's hope this confidence is well founded. How's your day going, Sammy? Always a pleasure to see you in chat. Ooh. Had to do a double take there. I really thought the Venonat on the right there in Fire Red had blue eyes. Ho ho! And that would be amazing. Tyler, last year I did take part in Fire Week, but it was before I was streaming. So I wasn't sharing it with anyone. I was posting my findings online, but... posting my finds online, but I wasn't streaming live. And I found a Nidorino and a Venonat, and they were both fails. Even the Venonat should be so easy to capture. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Now, what else did I talk to Ben about? I've been editing Ben Kiriaku's podcast episode, which is dropping tomorrow. So let's take a question from that. We talked about the Generation 3 Legendaries. What does everyone prefer? Kyogre, Groudon, Rayquaza. I think for me it is Kyogre. Probably Rayquaza second, and then Groudon. Groudon's obviously great. I'm just more of a water type kind of guy. Got to watch TV with Hershey and see fireworks yesterday. Who's Hershey, Sammy? And cool, there were fireworks yesterday. Is that for July the 4th things? Kyogre for you, Ronnie. We're in the same boat there. How about everyone else? Kyogre, Groudon, or Rayquaza? Rayquaza is your favourite Keeper of the Peace, Jake. And it's a brilliant Keeper of the Peace at that. Very cool Pokemon. And the shiny. Going black is... There are very few shinies that go darker, I think. Rayquaza shiny is incredible. Your bearded dragon is named Hershey. Oh yes, I do remember you saying now. Of course, yeah. Been a while since you've mentioned Hershey, but yes, of course. So you watch TV with your bearded dragon. How sweet. Very nice. Very cool that you have a bearded dragon. Hershey, what a friendly name. You're leaning towards Groudon since Ruby was your first game. Favourite type might be Poison. Ooh, that's an interesting type to choose as your favourite there. Tyler. How come Poison is your favourite type? And what's your favourite Poison type Pokemon? Yeah, Ruby as your first game makes a lot of sense as to why you choose Groudon there. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream where we get a shiny. I'm leaning fully in, I'm manifesting it tonight. I just believe it's going to happen, and I wasn't feeling that yesterday. Also, if you look closely at the picture I put online, advertising that I was now live, you can see a tiny reflection of my Jirachi plush back there, who I've nicknamed Li Zhu, in the black Game Boy Advance screen. Now, if that's not granting a wish, I don't know what is. Oops. So, Kyogre requires a Groudon for you too, Luke. Excellent, same page. Meaning to ask if discussing fan mail. Yeah, don't think it is, I'm afraid, Jake. But thank you for clarifying before going ahead and doing it. Thank you for raising that. You picked Groudon because you played Omega Ruby, Sammy. Cool. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So it's so they're great names for games. I mean, I studied Latin and Greek at university, Asian history, classical civilization, that sort of thing. Omega and Alpha are of course Greek characters, and it's so interesting the way they've incorporated a capital Omega and a capital Alpha in the designs of Kyogre and Groudon, or Groudon and Kyogre respectively. I wonder if that was their plan all along, or if they sort of saw an opportunity in the shapes that were in the Pokemon. Cheers, Jake. No worries. Time to plug in this Game Boy. What's everyone's favourite Pokemon game remake so far? Fire Red, Leaf Green, Soul Silver, Heart Gold, Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. And I guess what's your ranking of those? Because for me it has to be Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Generation 2 is my favourite. I love Johto. Followed by... probably has to be Fire Red, Leaf Green. The one that started it all. I played it a lot when I was younger. And then... thing is, I don't know Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire so well. It came out at a time when I was sort of... I think I was at university, so I was pretty focused on that. But I really enjoy Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I think it can get a bad rap. But for the nostalgia factor, and I think the artwork of the game was beautiful. Yeah, I was a huge fan of Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. So yeah, but I think it's got to be a Heart Gold, Soul Silver for me, and I know those very popular picks. Your current favourite poison Pokemon is Skuntank, due to the one you raised in Sword. Fluffernup. Love that, Tyler. Skuntank is a really interesting choice. What was it about that Skuntank that spoke to you so much, Tyler? You don't often hear people talking about Skuntank as a favourite, so it's great to hear. Okay, Ronnie. Interesting. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, then Heart Gold Soul Silver, then Fire Red Leaf Green, then Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Tyler, yes, Heart Gold Soul Silver are incredible games. For you, Luke... Oh, of course. The Let's Go games as well. I did not consider those. Oops, didn't mean to throw a ball. Heart Gold Soul Silver, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Fire Red Leaf Green, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. Yeah, pretty comprehensive. Why the little asterisk there, Luke, on BDSP? Mega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was so much fun. Adding the Battle Frontier would have made it perfect. Interesting. That's high praise indeed, Jake. So we've got a lot of Heart Gold Soul Silver love in the chat, and that makes total sense. You've never played Heart Gold Soul Silver, so it's not top of the list. Oh, fair enough. You've got to. You've got to at some point, Sammy. So good. Pokemon Brilliant Diamond is next, then Omega Ruby, because you really liked flying Mega Latios and chain fishing in that game. Cool. Very solid reasons there, Sammy. Thank you for going into detail there. That's really interesting. So your favourite remake is Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl? I'll have to see that. You've not finished it yet, but you don't see it moving in the list. I see. That's why you asterisked it. How far are you up to in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, Luke? I remember when Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl came out, and yeah, it was November, so I just wanted that cozy, nostalgic experience, and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl more than provided that. It was such a happy coincidence of release and the time of year it happened to be released that I remember fondly. You own Hot Gold, but haven't played very much of it. Oh my goodness, you are, Jake. You are missing out. You've got to... I'm so excited for you to play through it. I couldn't recommend it highly enough, Jake. Enjoy. Magnus, welcome to the chat. Very good to see you here. How are you doing, Magnus? How was your Tuesday? You think you're 3 badges into Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl? Okay. So that is up to the fighting gym, sure. Quite a lot of the game to go. I think, I recommend, if you're at a loose end for a game to play, and you want a little bit of a nostalgia trip, then exciting that playthrough remains there for you to continue with. Enjoyed at the start, but fell off. Fair enough. Oh, yeah. Using that shiny Snorunt. Yeah, so you're still hunting for that in Generation 3 to transfer it up, right, Luke? Because the one you found in Violet, that can't go back, so I guess you'd have to, transfer up from Generation 3. Such a cool hunt, that. Good luck for the hunt, Luke. It's gonna be long, but it's gonna be worth it. So, Geek of all things, welcome back to the chat. Always a pleasure to see you. How are you doing? Before you ask, no, we still don't have a shiny, but I'm calling it. Not only do we find it tonight, but it's going to be shiny Pinsir in leaf green. I've just got that feeling. You know when you just have a feeling when you're shiny hunting. Heart Gold Soul Silver was integral to your childhood. Exactly, Magnus. Exactly. Thank you for backing me up there. I know that when you do play through that Heart Gold, you will absolutely love it. Welcome, Damien. Please don't say that. Please don't say 42,069. Now, we're finding it tonight. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that we're finding it tonight. Also, when you divide our total encounters by 4 for each of the games we're doing, it's actually only around 5,000 encounters per game. So it could well be that we find multiple shinies at once. And also when you put it that way, I don't know, it somehow makes it more understandable that something hasn't shined yet. Because that's still under odds for each individual game, though of course, yes. We are technically at 20,600 encounters now. So, you move the... Oh, I see. I didn't think that Generation 9 you could transfer back. I didn't think you could transfer back from any generation. So Generation 9 can only go forwards, whereas Generation 3 can go all the way upwards. And Generation 3 can go all the way upwards, therefore. Welcome everyone, thanks so much for being here tonight. We're finding it tonight. I've decided that we're finding it. I'm feeling it. I'm really feeling it. You're all very welcome here as we attempt to find a shiny. It's not Safari Week anymore, but I just want to keep going until we get a shiny. And I just think it's going to happen tonight. I'm spending the day editing my podcast episode with Ben Kiriakou. Do go and check that out. Tomorrow when it drops, in Chazingdra Chats, my podcast, we get to know the life stories of people in the Pokemon community and learn the 6 Pokemon on their dream team as we go. So I hope you enjoy that. How's everyone else's Tuesdays been? Hope we're having a good time. Oh, it can go back. Okay, that's good to know. I thought you could only transfer forwards. But it's good to know that you can transfer back from Gen 9 into Generation 8. If you're enjoying the stream, everyone, please do leave a like and subscribe. All those things really do go a long way. I know you've heard it a million times before. But if you're having a good time, it would be great to see you recording that electronically, so to speak. All of my socials are linked below as well as the Discord community. It would be a pleasure to see each and every one of you there. We can continue to hang out outside of streams, share shinies, competitive thoughts, other challenge runs we're doing in the game, all sorts. So, yeah, hope to see you there. So, you just want to add some ribbons to it. I see. Yes. Heart Gold was not my childhood either, Damien. So I too am feeling pretty old right now. You were 19 when you got Japanese Soul Silver. But I've been 19? When did they come out? 2010. So, no. Not quite. What kind of shiny hunting methods are there in HGSS, Jake? Well, I'm not sure there are too many. Is Masuda method in Heart Gold Soul Silver? Might have... Oops. Masuda. Didn't mean to throw mud at you. Lick your tongue and you fled. Fair enough. I'd probably run away if someone was throwing mud at me as well. Yeah, the short answer to your question, I think, Jake, is there aren't too many shiny hunting methods, per se, in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Yeah, exactly, Magnus. Playing at 4 times odds at 5k, 5,000 encounters. I know, yeah. Basically, it's been going on so long, I'm just trying to rationalise it for myself. Make myself feel better about it all. I'm feeling good about it all, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, just a shame we haven't had any shinies in Safari Week itself. Your shiny Salamence from Scarlet has a champion ribbon from Shining Pearl and Shield. Cool. That is a cool thing to be able to do. All the ribbons are so exciting. Also all the marks, especially in Scarlet and Violet. There are so many. I feel like I only know a fraction of the marks that are available. Um... 2009 for Japanese Hot Gold Soul Silver. I see. That was about a year earlier. Hello, Ash. How I check the colour setting on my devices? I have not. Welcome to the chat, Ash. We're finding it tonight. We're finding it tonight. And hello, welcome everyone. Welcome in to the stream where we find the shiny. I can feel it. I feel like you're the only person in the world playing Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Well, I'm not playing it. Anyone else playing that with Damien? Anyone else playing that at the moment? Give Damien a buddy, an Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival buddy. After you went on to Splatoon to unleash anger. Splatoon getting all of that pent-up energy out. Nice. No worries, Jake. You want a copy of the game, but you don't have a Wii U. I don't have a Wii U either. I've also never played Animal Crossing. I have a couple of friends who are really into it. Looks like a very cozy game, but yeah, I have no experience with it myself. I'm sure I'd enjoy it. You still play New Leaf, Mark? Lots of Animal Crossing love, Damien. I hope you're lapping this up. Hope you're feeling like you've got multiple buddies now. Wii U's been going since 2014. Very nice. $10 years old. Wow. Yeah, Wii U came around while I was at university, so yeah, I'm less familiar with the Wii U. Oh, Stardew Valley, Magnus, yeah. My girlfriend loves Stardew Valley. Loves planting her things in the farm. Collecting as many animals as possible. Very good, just de-stress, relax kind of game. Well, I'm glad that we've got so many Animal Crossing players in chat for Damien here. I am not one of them, unfortunately. What do you think is going to be the first thing we find that shines tonight? It's very optimistic of me to say the first thing. As if we're going to find more than one, we might do. Now, what else? Did I speak to Ben Kiriakou about? What's everyone's favourite fairy type? The most recently discovered type? What's everyone's favourite? I do like a lot of Ninetales. Oh, you think it's going to be a shiny Paris that flees immediately, Magnus? I'd take it at this point. I would take any shiny at this point. Bold cool, bold cool. Started Animal Crossing in 2006, and you're obsessed. Well, understandable. Very beguiling game. Those are your origins with Animal Crossing, Damien. Cool to see. Shiny Venomoth. To upset Dylan. Mega Morwal, your favourite fairy type? Comfy and Klefki for you, Magnus. Great shouts. Big fan of both of those. I know they're a little bit linked, aren't they? Being a... they're both a kind of keychain, I guess. I mean, even Comfy, just, you know, holding at least flowers on that, on its ring. Mega Deance is your favourite, Jake? Cool. Very nice. Haven't seen a Deance in a while. I feel like that's in Go, or has been in Go recently. Jirachi was robbed of a fairy type. I know what you mean. That's an interesting point, Magnus. It definitely conforms to fairy. But if all small cute things were fairy types, then there'd be too many. Like Teddy Ursa here. That could be a fairy type. I like what Jirachi's going for. What it represents. Without the fairy type. You like White Flower Florge, all very cool. Primarina Togekiss 2. Great options, great options. And Primarina has had some success in competitive in the previous, certainly in Regulation Set F. Psychic makes sense due to its third eye. Yeah, exactly, Damien. I can see Fairy, of course, though. I can see it. Celebi 2, they do have fairy vibes, yeah. I think changing the type of a mythical, though, is a bold call. Floette and Primarina, Tyler. Floette specifically. How come the middle evolution? Is it because of the eternal flower, Floette? Love to see some middle evolution love. What are people's favourite middle evolutions? One of mine is definitely Wartortle. I think that's a very cool one. We've been talking as well this week about how it's interesting how it has that fluffy tail, which seems to be lost when it becomes a Blastoise. You got 2 shiny Meltan today in Go, Damien. Wow. Congratulations. What a day. A red letter day for Damien. Let's hope you're infusing the stream with some of that shiny luck. Yeah, fair enough, Jake, fair enough. What's my favourite fairy type? I do like Carbink, actually, strangely. Strangely, as in it's a Pokemon that I feel like falls under the radar quite a lot. But Rock Fairy is a cool combination. What's my favourite fairy? Ooh, I like Alchemy. Alchemy with Decorate. It's a very cool Pokemon. the first fairy type I ever had on any team was Klefki. So it's got that makes it a fond one of mine. I know my girlfriend loves Fido. How could you not love Fido? I quite like Aromatisse, actually. Spritzy Aromatisse. Anyway. Ivysaur and Quilava for you as well. For middle evolutions. Ash, yeah, very cool. Vibrava. Oh yeah, that is a great middle evolution, Sammy. Excellent shout. Had one of your team in X fun with Eviolites. Palpitoad. Yeah, Palpitoad's a lot of fun. Cool that you used a middle evolution with an Eviolite as well. That's really exploring a niche of what Pokemon has to offer there. Love to read that. Boldor. Oh yeah, that's very cool. Type Twins J. Yeah, exactly. A Kingdra wearing fancy dress fairy wings. That's right, Ash. Anyone who's not aware, yes, Kingdra is my favourite Pokemon. Cool that Mega Altaria becomes Fairy and Dragon. That's a combination we haven't otherwise had. Klefki for you, Luke. Fairy Terra Kingdra, yeah, exactly, true. Also, again, anyone's favourite of a certain type is kind of is different, isn't it, when it comes to Generation 9, because anything can change type now. The Kingdra I've run, like the Kingdra I ran in the Global Challenge, the first Global Challenge was Steel Terra. Boosts up Flash Cannon, but also, of course, takes Fairy type moves. So much better. So. Exactly, Damien gets the idea. Thank you for wishing me luck, Geek of All Things. You're gonna go to bed. Well, fair enough. Thank you very much. The Pinsir is actually 4% where I'm hunting, so better chances than the 1% you're saying. But thank you so much, Geek of All Things. Where are you based, actually, Geek of All Things? 12:23 a.m. Sleep well. I appreciate you hopping into the stream, despite it being so late over there. Always a pleasure to see you. See you on the next one. But we won't be shiny hunting in the Safari Zone, because we'll have found it tonight. Sleep well. Yes, Chansey does count as a middle. That's a very good point. Very good point. That's a really good point, actually. That means, you know, Magmar would be a middle evolution too. Big fan of Magmar. So I'm going to reset Fire Red. Get back to our Kangaskhan. Tauros area. Imagine similar to Dynamax and Gigantamax, we got Duo Terra. Oh my goodness, Dragon Water Terra Xerneas. Yeah, that might be a little bit much, Damien. That would be fascinating, but very difficult to get your head around, I think. already. See, I'm trying to do this wasting as few steps as possible. There were a few wasted there, but... Great. White Flute and Illuminate, of course, are going to be ramping up the number of encounters that we get in all of the Generation 3 games. I don't have Illuminate and Soul Silver, unfortunately, but still, pretty good going for the Gen 3 games. Oh, wow. 5 IV Chansey with Aromatherapy and Seismic Toss was your first breeding project. Wow, yeah, that's an intense one. That's an intense one. That's a good point, Ash. No, I haven't been seeing Ronnie's posts in chat, actually. That's very strange. I know that Ronnie was switching accounts before, so I don't know if it's something to do with that. So yeah, hope Ronnie gets to get that sorted. Thanks for flagging that, Ash. You're heading to bed. Fair enough, Damien. Very good to see you. Sorry you couldn't be here when the shiny came, which is going to happen tonight. In case I haven't said it enough. Hope you sleep very well, though. And yeah, fair enough. No, very important that you prioritise your sleep. And good luck for work tomorrow. YouTube knows how powerful their chat is in silence. Yes. Ronnie is always a fantastic contributor to the chat. So yeah, hopefully Ronnie can reappear in chat soon. Very strange that's not working. Thanks, Ash. Thanks so much for helping Ronnie as well. Appreciate it. Maybe it's just a simple turn off and back on. I will let you know when I see Ronnie in chat again. Alright, everyone. Let's have another question here. Again, thinking back to my recording with Ben. Episode coming out tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Secret Bases, Generation 3. Who was partial to a secret base? I never explored it too much, to be honest. When I was playing Pokemon when I don't think anyone else I knew was, really. So, around when Ruby and Sapphire came out, I mean. So, yeah, I would sort of put chairs and create a base, put a chair and a table in it, but I was never sort of trading with friends, visiting others' secret bases. I never explored the full potential of a secret base. Who here is a secret base fan? Also, everyone, so I've been streaming for 11 days straight now. Very strange to think about. Haven't had a day off in 11 days. I've always fit in a stream somewhere, but tomorrow, I think we're going to reach the point where we break that chain. I just don't think I'm going to have time to stream tomorrow because I'm out in the evening. Got all sorts of stuff to do during the day. I was very pleased to stream every day of Safari Week. But yeah, keeping up stream every day when there's so much else going on that I have to take care of is probably too tall an order. But I have been very pleased to do so much streaming of late, and of course these have been my very first streams for Safari Week, so thank you so much everyone for being a part of it. Which is another reason why I'm just crossing my fingers as hard as I can that we find a shiny tonight. It'd be very fitting. Let's find it on the last day of my unbroken chain of streams. So, Ash. You didn't explore much on secret bases either. The one just east of Fort Tree. Yes. I think I know what you mean. There's one of those secret base bush things. There's also a couple of wall indents. Just east of Fort Tree. When you got Omega Ruby, did have one of those blissy bases for training. Nice. Yeah, that's going to give you a whole lot of experience points. And that's the difference between secret bases in the Gen 3 remakes and the original Gen 3, right? Different Pokemon bases. Kind of trying to make music from the notepads on the floor. Yeah! That was a lot of fun. Yes, that bush, yes. Shape of capital I. Really interesting insight there, Ash, yeah. Yes, I remember that location. I hope that someone at some point tried to arrange the mat so they would play the Pokemon theme tune when you ran over them. That'd be a fun little project, actually. Hey! Ronnie, welcome back. That's very strange that you haven't been able to join the chat. Sorry about that, Ronnie. Sorry there were messages that we missed. Yeah, they just weren't appearing. But it's good to know you're back now. Thank you for welcoming Ronnie back, Jake. Very lucky to have such a supportive and kind community. So thank you guys for being great. I wonder why it would be working on your phone, but not on a computer. No, Ronnie! No, I was not ignoring you. God, that must have been stressful. But anyway, we're all good now. Favourite piece of Pokemon merch? That's an excellent question, Jake. I have favourites from the things I own, of course. So, my Kingdra back here. Hello there. Well, in fact, my whole horsey line back here. Given that Kingdra is my favourite Pokemon, of course, I have a soft spot for. In order, my Horsey, Seadra, and Renota are called Slee, Dugganon, and Renota. I just go with, I don't know, words that seem appropriate for the names of the Pokemon. At the EUIC Pokemon Center this year, I picked up a... They had these amazing region maps. And I picked up a Johto one because Johto is my favourite region in Pokemon. I think that's so cool. I can't wait to put that on that wall behind me. Especially because I've been planning out a Silver Dream Team quest. I mean, yeah, so many things. I love the region posters behind me. Oh, I'm a big fan of the of these guys. The Comfy Tandemaus. Tandemaus and Mousehold are my favourites. My favourite Gen 9 line. So yeah, how about you guys? Favourite Pokemon merch? Jake, to you as well. Ronnie, no, what's that about, Ash? And Ronnie, guess I have to check the Shiny Channel Discord. Oh no! By which I mean congratulations. But please just give me some of that shiny luck, Ronnie, please. Please. I'm sure you will. I'm sure that tonight the shiny's coming. I'm feeling it, as I've been saying. But congratulations on whatever you found. What did you find, Ronnie? Let us know. Really cute. Smeagol figure at EYC is messing with some paints. Oh, yeah! I know exactly the one you're talking about. Yes. I like those little activity figures, let's call them. There's a Slackoth one that I think is really cool as well. Just reminds to chill out. I've got my Sitting Cutie Slackoth back here. Bertie. Hey, Bertie. Again, just a reminder to take things easy. Oh yeah, the maps are amazing. Yes. Yeah. Traveling only a rucksack, that's annoying. But yeah, cannot wait to put that Johto one up. Which map would you all have picked up if you'd got one of those region maps from EUIC or NAIC? Which one would you have picked up? Pre-order coin that has your Groudon on it from Ruby. Wow. That's amazing. That must be that must be pretty rare right now. Jake, that's a really cool thing to have. Evening Worm's Eye, welcome. Sorry it took me a little while to get to your message there. Just working through a backlog. How are you doing, Worm's Eye? How's your day been? Always a pleasure to see you here. We're getting the shiny tonight, I've decided. We're getting it tonight. Oh, you got one of the Johto first partners. Congratulations, Ronnie. That's fantastic. It's always so exciting to find one of the shiny Johto first partner Pokemon. Now, the one I found a couple of weeks ago was Totodile. Wonder if it's the same. Looking forward to checking that out. Ronnie. Unless you want to chuck it in the chat, which one you got. Here we go. It's time to exceed 21,000. And no shiny. And we move on. As far as merch, something you'd love to own. The Pokemon chess set, that would be very cool. Yes. I've seen that advertised. It looks amazing. That would be really, really cool. What a centerpiece. Shiny Chansey appeared in Ultra Sun just now. Congratulations, Jake. Maybe that is going to pave the way for Shiny Chansey in Leaf Green tonight on stream. Oh, that'll be so hype. Oh, that'll be amazing. Fave merch is a shiny Magikarp plush. Gift from a college friend. That's amazing, Tyler. Those handmade gifts cannot be surpassed in terms of Pokemon merch. In fact, and I'm hopefully going to be able to incorporate these into my backdrop at some point, but I'll just check these. got these little figures that my girlfriend made me out of clay. And they're amazing. Look, that's Poplio, got Swablu there. Here's Tandemaus, there's Gengar. Octillery, Bidoof. They're amazing, the detail. Incredible. Smoliv, Psyduck. Look at that face. Slackoth, Cubone. Ninetales, Lapras. We got Milotic and Detective Pikachu. And finally, of course, Kingdra. The first one that my girlfriend made for me. They're really cool, aren't they? Yeah, they're very special to me. So yeah, I hope to be incorporating them in my background soon. Yeah, I was over the moon when I received those. It was an anniversary gift this year, actually. A few of them were from a couple of years ago, when I hinted quite strongly that I love them so much. Just made a whole batch more, so yeah, it was amazing. 21,021 right now. Cyndaquil, congratulations, Ronnie. That was the shiny you found. Very nice. That means it's my turn. Exactly, Jake. Exactly. Come on. Let's hope so. They are very cute. She is incredibly talented, my girlfriend. I will tell her that you said that. That's going to mean a lot. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ash. Yeah, they are. They're amazing figures, aren't they? I'm very lucky indeed. I know, there are loads of them. As I say, they weren't all done in one batch. It was 2 batches. 5 or 6. I think 6 actually in the first, and then the rest, which I think was 9 more, was this year. How do you think they're outstanding, Luke? Very cool. Oh, she's going to love this. It's going to make her day when I tell her that. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your kind words. So, yeah, I mean, to go back to that question about favourite Pokemon merch, it is those. If we're talking official merch, the things I said before, but overall, it's those figures. She said it was very interesting because some of them I'm a big fan of, like Tandemaus and Kingdra. I just really like those Pokemon. But some Pokemon are very difficult to render in clay because there are sort of little bits coming off them that would just snap off so easily with clay. So yeah, you've got to be careful which one you choose to make, which ones you choose to make. Nickname suggestions for Chansey, Jake. Well, we were talking about clay. You could call it clay. It's green, and it's lucky. You could call it clover. You could call it Chloe. That's ancient Greek for green. Cabbage. That's green. Should you name the Cyndaquil Charlie? Well, that would be quite an honour, Ronnie, if you did. If you think it's a good name for it, then go ahead. It's cool that you've got your shiny Cyndaquil, I've got my shiny Totodile on hot gold. I think they'll be very good friends. I mean, it could be a good luck charm. Ah, but there you go. You've skipped it for now, Ronnie. Shame. That could have been the luck that we needed. But I appreciate you asking all the same. Thanks, Ronnie. Sweet Pea, that's a good name for the shiny Chansey, Tyler. You have 2 Chikoritas in Hot Gold, Soul Silver. Nice, Ash. Good, yeah. We complete that trio, the 3 of us. Two Chikoritas. Yeah, maybe one day I'll try and find the full 3. Just be such a shame to double up on any of them, I think. And there's always that moment, isn't there, when you're resetting for shiny starters in Hot Gold, Soul Silver, where you think, what if I found all 3 shiny on the same rotation? That would break the internet. That would be huge. Of course, my original background is in competitive Pokemon. I'm a competitive video game caster. So I've been commentating a bunch of regional special events this past season and the European International Championships I was hosting, which is a real honour. All of them, real honour. But I enjoy the less intense pursuits that Pokemon has to offer as well, like shiny hunting, like challenge playthroughs. Anyone else here got a leaning towards competitive? It was 2 Totodile. You just need Cyndaquil. Oh, I see. So you have a Chikorita, you have 2 Totodile, and now you just need Cyndaquil. Oh, there you go. Ronnie is completing that for you. Now then. What else did I talk to Ben about yesterday? Or in the episode that's coming out tomorrow? You're gonna jinx yourself now with Chikorita. No. I believe, Ash, I believe that you will get your shiny Cyndaquil. Just a question of belief. Just like I believe we're gonna find a shiny tonight. What other questions can I ask? Let's see. Thinking back to what I talked to Ben about in the episode that's coming out tomorrow. Oh, here's a question. What's everyone's favourite Vivian wing pattern? Now, I know there's a lot. So based on what you remember, all the general colours, I love how diverse it is. And I love how the wing pattern was decided based on the region that your 3DS is set to. That is so cool. Sammy, you've learned the basics for competitive. You won 5 or 6 battles in a row with a team your friend helped you make. Nice. Very good, Sammy. Basics are all you need, really. Just building on that foundation comes with experience, so basics is certainly get you a lot of the way there. Hope you continue to have good success with any competitive that you do. Be it more casual or be it competing in an event. Ocean for you, Ronnie. Cool. There are so many good ones. I love the icy ones. Polar, tundra, and also the snow. The sort of gentle snow. I can't remember exactly its name. Sparkly snow, something like that. The sun one, or sunshine one, is very striking as well. Oh, there's a... It's like a yellow and a blue and a red one that I'm trying to remember. Anyway, I really like that one too. Pokeball one for you, Sammy. Cool. Yeah, a very, very rare one there. You've got the Meadow pattern, and you like that one, Ash? Oh yeah, the default Paldea one is very cool. Big fan of Evian. I'm generally a fan of butterfly Pokemon. How many butterfly Pokemon are there? Butterfree, Vivillon. Well, I guess Butterfly and Moth, because then you got Volcarona, Frostmoth. Oh, you got Beautifly, you got Dustox. What's everyone's favourite Butterfly / Moth Pokemon? Garden pattern, Ashley, for you. Yes. Great one. Yeah. So you're a fan of the green patterns, Ashcott. Mothim. Great shout, Jake. Yes. Such a cool shiny as well, Mothim. There's no shortage of butterfly and moth. That's so right, Wormseye. Volcarona, great shout. Jack, welcome. Still no shinies, but it's happening tonight. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We're gonna get a shiny tonight. How was your day, Jack? Have you had a good one? Dustox, Tyler, for you. Very cool. Jack, we're talking about favourite butterfly or moth-based Pokemon. I think it probably has to be Frostmoth for me. I've got a real connection to Frostmoth. Having come third in a Premier Challenge with it in Belgium back at the end of April, the end of Regulation Set F. Also, Ice Bug, my 2 favourite types in that order. Gotta love Frostmoth. But yeah, loads of cool options. But yeah, do like Vivillon. I like Beautifly too. Shiny Beautifly is beautiful. Excuse the pun. I've got a shiny Beautifly on my Sapphire Dream Team quest that I did back in the autumn or started back in the autumn of 2022. I'm now completed that Dream Team quest, so it's shiny Sceptile, shiny Exploud, shiny Seviper, shiny Beautifly, shiny Banette, and shiny Gorobis. And I'd never used a Gorobis or Hunter before, so it was cool to have Gorobis on my team. And then I Shiny Hunted Kyogre too, so now all I have to do is the Elite Four. So I might stream that at some point, my Elite Four run with my Shiny Dream Team in Sapphire. But next, I've been thinking about a Silver Dream Team quest. Not Soul Silver, but the original Silver. For Alligator, Kingdra, Espeon, Fortress, Skarmory, Orzhatu, and then one more to be decided. But I'm really looking forward to that. And I'll be streaming that at some point, so keep your eyes peeled for that. I love a Dream Team quest. It's such an epic journey. And in this break before World Championships and afterwards, bit of a break too. It's, perfect time to make some headway with that. If you're enjoying the stream, everyone, please do like. Please do drop a subscribe as well. All of those things really do help out a huge amount. It means I can continue to stream and create content and things for you also. Would love it if you could. Also, I saw just before coming on air that my podcast episode with Matt, Absol Blogs Pokemon, is so close to 1,000 views. So if anyone hasn't seen that yet, please do go and check it out. It's by far my most popular video so far on YouTube, and that's very exciting. So, will be fantastic if you check that out if you haven't already. Of course, Matt, Absol Blogs Pokemon, is the host of Safari Week. Someone who's been making YouTube videos for 14 years now. Has most of their life documented on YouTube, which is fascinating in itself. Loves all kinds of challenge runs that Pokemon has to offer. So, yeah, I hope you will find it as interesting an episode as I found to record it. All my socials are linked below. So is the Discord community. It would be a pleasure to see any of you there. It means we just get to hang out outside of stream as well and share shinies, share challenge runs. Talk about competitive, anything to do with Pokemon, really. I'm just a huge fan of everything that the games have to offer, so yeah. Hope to see you there. I've got my Patreon link below if you want to support that. Just checked if that was shiny. Don't think it is. Yeah. Through the Patreon, you get access to bonus content from the podcast. Rapidash round, quickfire bonus questions that my guests haven't prepared for in advance. So that's a lot of fun too. There'll be more Patreon goodies available as I continue to grow as a content creator, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, everything linked below if you want to join in the Chazingdra community and support me as a creator. Anyway, high time to check back in with chat. Beautiful Eye for you, Sammy. Yep, great Butterfly Pokemon that. I do love Beautiful Eye too. Foul played into Azation and went for Swords Dance, halved its health. Well done. Good play, Jack. Good play. Foul play is, well, as the name suggests, very devious move. Very cool. Slitherwing. Ooh, good question. Yeah, I think it does. The sort of ancestor of Volcarona. Iron Moth is really cool as well, actually. I'm a big fan of Iron Moth. So yeah, I think Slitherwing counts. Good answer, Jack. Good answer. Very fluffy. I know that Sierra Hunter would love that response too. Her favourite Pokemon. Red Gyarados got past the last lot, Magnus. Yeah, exactly. For my Silver Dream Team quest. That's so funny. Yes, thank you, Jake, for that vouch. Matt is a very interesting person indeed. Really love the way that Matt structured his answers in the podcast. Not like any of the other guests that I've had on. You second the red Gyarados idea. Wow. We'll see. If the Silver Dream Team quest goes extremely slowly, if my luck is very bad, then maybe. But no, I would love to shiny hunt all 6 of the targets properly, rather than the red Gyarados that you get for free, so to speak, in the Lake of Rage in Generation 2. So you found me from the Absol episode, Magnus. Yes. Well, I'm glad that you glad that that's how you came across the stream. And their content definitely is a breath of fresh air. Big fan of Matt. And thank you for making that switch. Thank you for hopping over to support this stream as well. Hope to see you in future streams. Matt's yeah, definitely when it comes to shiny hunting, when you need some inspiration, Matt is certainly that. Rapidash Roundash, you like that title? I'm very pleased. Yeah, I was pleased with that. For quickfire questions, Rapidash Round. Don't have a way to pay on Patreon, sadly, Roddy. No worries at all. No worries at all. No, you're... The Patreon is just sort of a nice thing to help support, but certainly by no means crucial. And it's very kind of you to show willingness to do that. So I appreciate it. If you want to message me separately about what your specific problem is with trying to pay in Patreon, if that's something that should be taken care of but is an issue, then yeah, let me know and we can see what we can do about that. But yeah, no worries. Iron Moth, double restricteds, Koraidon, Miraidon, Iron Moth. Ooh. Yeah, the sun boosting up its fire moves, the electric terrain boosting up a stat of your choice, possibly special attack or speed. Nice, Jack. I like your thinking. Who structured their answers the worst? That's a very appropriate little devil emoji you've got there, Magnus. Well, well, the thing is, right? Basically, it's not so much who structured them the worst, it's just Matt did it differently. So it's not even that Matt did it the best, it was just, yeah, different. So, normally the structure is, the guest talks about a little bit of life story, and then their first Pokemon. Then a little bit more life story, and then their second Pokemon, etc., etc. What Matt did was lead for whichever life story bit with a Pokemon. So the first Pokemon is this, and here's why, sort of thing. And with such an engaging way to tie and thread all of the life story topics together. So yeah, I really appreciated that. But there's no right or wrong way of doing it, of course. It's all in the eye or the ears of the listeners. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you are just tuning in, we're going to go for another hour or so, trying to get a shiny for Safari Week, even though Safari Week is behind us now, as we've just reached 21,300 encounters. I'm Charlie Merriman. Merri by name, Merri by nature. Host and commentator for the Pokemon Video Game Championship Series, and a content creator, as you can see right now. Also, I have my podcast, Chazingdra Chats, where we get to know the life stories of people in the Pokemon community, discovering the 6 Pokemon on their dream team along the way. Got a new episode coming out tomorrow with Ben Kiriakou, my good friend and fellow competitive video game Pokemon commentator. So I hope you all enjoy that tomorrow. Of course, last week released my episode with Matt, Absolblogs Pokemon. That's nearly at 1,000 views now. It might have surpassed that by now, which is by far my most popular video so far. And it's very early in my creator journey, so do check that out if you haven't already. The show is all about uniting the entire Pokemon community. And so I have a broad range of guests I have on, from competitive to casual and beyond. So hopefully there's something for everyone. And hopefully the format of the show the format of the show seems to be what really makes it, I think. You learn a lot about someone from the 6 Pokemon they would choose for their dream team, and it's not competitive in any way, it's just Pokemon that are the most special to the guests in some way. And of course, do chuck into the chat your own dream team of 6 Pokemon. Always fascinated to hear that. Anyway, let's just have a chill time looking for these shinies, and I firmly believe something will shine tonight. Firmly believe it. You're going for the Dratini Dragonair. Good luck. Good luck, my friend. Yes. That's quite a hunt to take on. But I've got every faith. Every faith. Leaf Green's step counter finally ran out there. Hope that shines for you soon. True, you could argue that Lee did different because he was the first. That's a very... Yeah, I like the way you think. I like the way you think. Interesting point. Yes. No, I know what you mean, Ronnie, with PayPal. I've had some struggles with PayPal before, and then one day it just worked. I don't know what was going on. So, maybe one day it will just turn around for you, but... yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Hopefully we'll be able to access that Patreon content sooner rather than later. I don't know what to recommend there, Ronnie, about PayPal not working. Sometimes that just seems to happen, but give it a break and then try again at some point down the line, and... that's what happened for me anyway. That's how it suddenly started working for me. It's very odd. Welcome everyone to Charlie got lost in the Safari Zone and can't get home. Please send help. Exactly. We're doing fine in the Safari Zone. We're not lost, but we are certainly doing very well for regular encounters. Got this unbroken chain of regular encounters like Ash keeps talking about. And it's an impressive one. It's an impressive one. Today, Jack, you realised... Oh, that's interesting. High chance of prize money from internationals. Yeah, it's exciting the new changes coming in the 2025 competitive season. Obviously, it's all a learning curve for everyone, and we'll see what works best for people. But, yeah. Looking forward to the new season, which started on Monday. Started yesterday. Already. Can't believe it. Can't believe. Talking about 2025 already. V-Volt as a guest for Pokemon Manga Rep. Ooh, interesting. I'm very interested in that, Magnus. Yeah, I myself am fairly unfamiliar with manga, so V-Volt. I will take a mental note of that name. Feel free to give me like a brief introduction to VVolt in the chat here or in the Discord community if you want to join that. Because yeah, definitely interested in getting as broad a range as possible of guests. Thank you for that, Magnus. It's really the sky's the limit with the guests that we could have on. And the breadth. "5 days till the Manchester Cup that you're going to win." That's right, Jack. That's right. We believe. We believe. Just like I'm finding a shiny tonight, you're winning the Manchester Cup. Don't worry, we can find our way back from the Safari Zone. We're just chilling out here until we get a shiny. Consistent Pokemon manga content. Very cool, Magnus. I'm going to look up VVolt. Thank you for that little introduction. Take a look into VVolt. Nidoking or Nidoqueen, everyone? There's a Rapidash round quickfire question for you. Nidoking or Nidoqueen? Don't think too hard about it. Just chuck your answer into the chat. Nidoking for you, Ash. Nidoqueen for the bulk. Nidoqueen for you, Ronnie. And you've got the sitting cutie. Cool. Nidoqueen for you, Jake. I think I'm probably Nidoqueen as well, you know. For the bulk, and I just marginally prefer the design. They're both great, of course, just, yeah. Nidoqueen for you too, Tyler. Nidoqueen's stadium intro, though. What's that? What's that, Magnus? Also, I realised, even though I've been seeing so many of them the past 12 days... Oops. I didn't think about Venomoth. For the butterfly/moth Pokemon question. I do like Venomoth. I did a bug-only playthrough of Leaf Green in lockdown, actually. That was a lot of fun. I set myself all kinds of Pokemon challenges in lockdown. Like that. Bug-only playthrough, ice-only playthrough. Did a playthrough of Soul Silver with only water. Playthrough of Emerald with only dragons, plus Cradley and Melodic, because there weren't enough dragons to complete it. Or enough dragon types, specifically. And Venomoth was a real good member of the team. Putting things to sleep. Nidoking was a competitive go-to choice as Ash. Cool. Very nice, yeah. Trying to remember now which... I think it was Nidoking that Ben Kiriakou used for a tournament back in the day, but it might have been Nidoqueen. And definitely a niche competitive Pokemon at that time. Nidoking, bit of both. Well, we're definitely Nidoking on the Nidos here, Jack. Nido Queen for you because you like blue, Sammy. Nice. But then again, Shiny Nido King is blue. Oh, Shiny Nidoran female actually would be a really great find, I think. If we can catch it, because of course the Pokemon can run away in the Safari Zone. So even when we do finally find a shiny, it might not be ours. Magnus, let's just say she embraces her feminine side. Well, it's good to... I'm glad she does that. Thank you for specifying. Ronnie, you're going to head out, work tomorrow? Oh, yeah, no, Ronnie, no. I don't imagine you making me mad, so, yes. I'm so glad that we got that source and you were able to come back into the chat. Yeah, hopefully you can type in your computer again tomorrow. That was very strange, that. But anyway. Yeah, hopefully that's behind us now. Good luck for work tomorrow, Ronnie. Sleep very well. Enjoy the episode with Ben coming out tomorrow, dropping overnight. See ya. Sleep well. Did a flying only run of Ultra Sun and a poison only run in Pokemon X. Cool. Love that. Love a monotype run. As I've just been saying. It sounds a lot of fun. I'm sure they were tough in their own way. Yeah. You and me both, Jake. Fan of monotype runs. Do I think Pachirisu could still win Worlds a decade later? I think Pachirisu, the year that it won Worlds, I believe 10 years ago this year actually, was just very well placed in the format as an electric type with Follow Me. But these days there are so many other users of Follow Me. I'm not sure what Pachirisu would get you that other Follow Me users, say in DD, that also set up Psychic Terrain. I mean, where someone like Indeedee couldn't get you. So, could it win Worlds? I mean, it could, in the right hands. But I think it's far less likely to these days, Jack. Yeah. Suddenly, Ash, you're glad you've been backing Nidoran female since I prefer it. Yeah. That's a very sweet thing to say. Thank you, yeah. It is Tuesday night again already. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Time flies when you're doing endless encounters in the Safari Zone. Otherwise known as having fun. Thanks so much again, everyone, for chilling with me. You make the encounters fly by. You make it all more than worthwhile, so thank you. It means a lot to have you hanging out on your Tuesday evening with me, so thank you. Flying through the encounters tonight. Again, I'm feeling it. Electabuzz, exactly. Exactly, Luke. Electabuzz that did so well at the North American International Championships. And give Electabuzz, Magmar, Pokemon like that, and Eviolite, and they are so difficult to knock out. I think people underestimate. And of course, the example of that par excellence is Porygon 2. I constantly have my mind blown with how bulky Porygon 2 is. Or mind blown by how bulky Porygon 2 is. Power creep even affecting little guys, exactly. Yeah, I mean, nowadays, Tandem Mouse, they're all little guys. And they probably do Pachyrisu's job a little bit better. Of course, Pachirisu offers things that no others can, being an electric type and so on. In the right iron hands, Jack. Badunch. Exactly. I like your jokey thinking there, Jack. And another electric type, of course. Clefairy, of course, yeah. Incredibly bulky with the Eviolite. 21.5k, everyone. We've just broken that. Fire Red's run out of steps again. Now, what if we find a shiny just while we're getting to the right area of the Fire Red Safari Zone? It could happen. Just on the way, we have a random encounter and it's shiny. So none of the targets that I've been going for. It could happen. And as a reminder, my targets are Ledibur in Emerald, but I'd happily take anything in the Emerald Safari Zone. There are so many cool targets in this particular area where Ledibur appears. Pinsir in Leaf Green. Kangaskhan and Tauros in Fire Red. Larvitar in Soul Silver. Oh. Is this random encounter going to be a shiny? No, it's not. But I did find shiny Nidorino and Venonat in Safari Week last year. I wasn't streaming at this point. So finding either of those again would be a very satisfying reclaim. Random encounter. But it wasn't a shiny Rhyhorn. Okay, and we're back. Trace will download on Porygon 2. I think download's a little bit more consistent. Neither of them are entirely consistent, but Trace, you don't know what ability you're going to be copying. It's probably going to be good because probably your opponent's only going to be bringing useful abilities into a battle, but at least with download, you can sort of make more reasonable guesses as to what your opponent's going to lead, or like you have the board state and then you can switch in your Porygon 2 and get that download boost in order to boost the special attack rather than the physical attack. In the right positions, don't get me wrong, Trace could be huge, but I think overall download is probably a little bit better. That's my take. What do you think, Magnus? Frengard! So good. So good. This is one of the reasons why Mousehold is my favourite Generation 9 Pokemon. It's, not only because it's incredibly cute, of course. I remember when my Mousehold evolved. And it doesn't, unless you level it up in battle, or something like this, it only evolves in the party. It doesn't actually show you an evolution screen, so you just suddenly have a new Pokemon. And I remember when that happened to me, and suddenly there were these two new smaller mice. I thought, wow, the small mice just got smaller. So cute. The fact that Tandemaus divide their food exactly in half, and then eat it, share it equally, is incredibly cute as well. But yeah, Mousehold, it's cute, but also, competitively, it's great. Because you have those supportive options with Follow Me, Friend Guard, Superfang, etc. But then, Population Bomb, you're dealing huge damage. And not even all 10 of them have to land in order for it to be huge damage. You're kind of... Running the wide lens makes it far more likely that those things will land, that the Population Bomb hits will land. But, yeah, and then with Technician boosting it as well. Amazing. Then you get Play Rough as well. Really good move options on Mousehold. It could be something good only for your opponent. Exactly, Jack. Perils that Porygon 2 can present. Drought or Drizzle, yeah. Water Absorb Porygon 2. You might go for Trace for the fun aspect. It's definitely fun. Water Absorb P2 is a lot of fun. Unfortunately though, Porygon 2 doesn't get Follow Me, so... Can't redirect and then recover that health, unlike someone like Ogerpon. At least the Wellspring Mask Ogerpon. Intimidate would be good. Does Porygon 2 get Hone Claws, or do you mean Mousehold? Mousehold would make more sense. Very good question. I don't think it does. From what I remember, I don't think Mousehold gets Hone Claws. I think its little hands and feet are too soft for that. Beads of Ruin Porygon 2, new meta. That could be huge. And yes, for the most... No worries, Jake. No, I figured. It's staggering to think about how many of certain kinds of Pokemon I must have seen through doing Safari Week. Like, how many? Execute, for example. Do you think I've seen in total now? Astonishing. Tens of thousands. Well, maybe not tens of thousands, but approaching tens of thousands. For some of the more common targets here. Let's see. No worries, Sammy. Have a good dinner. Thank you so much for stopping by, as always. Always a pleasure to see you. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you have a very merry rest of your day. And I hope that my stream did its part in brightening it. Thanks so much, Sammy. Hope to see you in the Discord community at some point too, Sammy. You'd be very welcome there. But no worries if not, of course. Right. Let's see, what question can we ask now? Glad the Game Boy Advance screens are looking a little bit clearer tonight, by the way. They have been a little bit too reflective sometimes. I think possibly it's to do with the shirt that I'm wearing, actually. It's nice and dark, so not much reflection on there. Not much glare, I mean. What's everyone's favourite weather condition in the game? You got 4 options. Of course, it's now snow, not hail. I guess what I'm asking is, if you're battling, what would you tend to use? Yeah, snow is great, isn't it, Ash? I find it interesting that, you know, with Sandstorm, it boosts the special defense of rock types, as well as deals damage. I find it strange that with snow you get the defense boost, but it doesn't deal additional damage too. Maybe that would make it overpowered, but I don't think it would. It's interesting, but no, I love the new snow mechanic, and it's certainly a lot of fun. Going for multiple blizzards. The more blizzards you go for, double target attack. If you have 2 blizzards on one turn, then you've got 4 chances to get a freeze on any given Pokemon. It's a lot of fun. Also, of course, Articuno winning the Utrecht special event earlier this year, which was a huge surprise. That was very cool to see. Especially because Articuno is my favourite legendary. I do like Rain, though. In Sword and Shield, I enjoyed using Kyogre. I prefer Rain strategies to Sun, I think. I don't really know why. I generally just prefer the water type. But then, you know, Tyranitar is such a cool Pokemon as well, providing that sand. Overall, though, I'm probably going to say Snow, you know. I think it's the most fun. Sun for growth strats, Magnus. Love that. Haven't used growth strats myself at all, really, I don't think. But of course, in the Sun, you get more of a boost from using growth than you do otherwise. Oh yeah, the Slush Rush Sand Slash Sweep. That's a tongue twister, isn't it, Jake? Slush Rush Sand Slash Sweep. Oh my goodness. Slush Rush Sand Slash Sweep. Slush Rush Sand Slash Sweep. Slush Rush Sand Slash Sweep. Try saying that 10 times and let me know how you get on in chat, because quite the tongue twister. We did quite a few tongue twisters at drama school. I am an actor by trade. I was doing a one-man show last year. And yeah, loads of tongue twisters that we covered there. To begin to toboggan, first buy a toboggan, but do not buy too big a toboggan. Too big a toboggan is not the toboggan to buy to begin to toboggan. To begin to toboggan, first buy a toboggan, but do not buy too big a toboggan. Too big a toboggan is not the toboggan to buy to begin to toboggan. What are some other favourite tongue twisters that we've got? Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry. That's classic too. Anyway, Sand Slash, Slush, what was it? Which way around was it? Slush Rush, Sand Slash, Sweep. Slush Rush, Sand Slash, Sweep. Slush Rush, Sand Slash, Sweep. You can't answer from a competitive perspective, Ash. No worries. Any answer goes here. Whether competitive or not. We've been finding loads of Miltank in the Emerald. Would love to see one of those mint choc chip shiny Miltanks. Is that what it's going to be, though? Snow warning. You think it should have been called a hail warning. But, of course, then, Ash, you get the pun with snow warning, right? Snow warning as in no warning because it just starts snowing. I think is what they were going for. But yes, I know what you mean. The name makes more sense now with the snow mechanic. I love how grass and fire can both use the sun, but the rest are restricted to only their typing. I'm not sure. I think you get quite a few Pokemon that would surprise you able to learn Sunny Day, Rain Dance, etc. I know what you mean, though. Both grass and fire are kind of linked to Sunny Day in a way, whereas for the others it's only one. Although, obviously, with Sandstorm, you get Rock, Steel, and Ground able to not take damage, at least. Also, Alolan Sandslash, Jake, is such a cool Pokemon. One of my favourite ice types. Those two double weaknesses it has, though, to fire and fighting. Tricky. Tricky to make it work competitively, but I'd love to. You never noticed the snow warning pun, Ash. There you go. Because I think I was similar to you, Ash. I was thinking, why is it called snow warning when it's hail? And it was through thinking about it, sort of with scrutiny, that made me realise why it's called snow warning. Why it has been called snow warning. Much easier to type, exactly. Slush for us, Sandslash Sweep. And I will take your word for that. Someone who's been typing it. I think you'd laugh at you if you had to do the Toboggan one. Yeah. I definitely was when I first learned it years and years ago. Good tongue twister, though. A critical critic as well. A critical critic. There you go. A critical critic. A critical critic. A critical critic. A critical critic. Kangaskhan. Not shiny. Shockingly. Electric gets the thunder accuracy in the rain. That's a good point. Very good point, Ash. Thank you for that. But snow only benefits ice types. So maybe that's where the balance comes in, right? Sure, other types don't get chip damage from snow, but only ice benefits, so that in itself sort of raises the ice type to a certain level. In terms of competitive use over some of the other weather conditions in the game. One of your favourite weather sweepers. Do you mean Alolan Sandshrew or Sandslash there, Jake? Hurricane does have buffed accuracy in the rain. That's a very good point too. So this is interesting actually. I hadn't thought about quite the extent of other types benefiting from certain weather conditions before, but that means so far we've got rain benefiting water, electric, flying types. Although obviously it's a flip. It's a on the flip side, thunder 100% accurate against flying types as well in the rain, which is obviously super effective. We've got sun benefiting fire and grass. You've got sand benefiting rock, steel, ground. And any random Pokemon that has sand rush or sand force, like Houndstone, for example, which is a pure ghost type. Also, some of the Galar fossils, right? Dracozolt. And Dracovish, I guess? Slush Rush is such a cool name for an ability. part of that rhyme. Yeah, and then ice, snow only benefits ice, from what we know so far. So yeah, big on Nexus. That's that is 5, 8, 9 types covered. Then we've got Misty Terrain, obviously, benefiting fairy types. You've got Electric Terrain further benefiting electric types. Grassy Terrain benefiting grass types further, along with the sun sometimes. But then, of course, again, it's that flip side of the coin of the sun being up also makes grass types more vulnerable. Psychic Terrain, benefiting psychic types. It'd be interesting to see other terrains or other weather conditions or otherwise being introduced for each of the types. What do you think? What do you all think they would be? What forms do you think they would take? If every single type had some kind of weather or terrain or something like that that helped it. Interesting to think about. Yeah, Slush Rush is great. Like, dark, I mean, you could have obscure terrain or something, right? Maybe that reduces the accuracy slightly of anything that isn't a dark type, or what else could there be? Like, I know we had the strong winds from Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, but some kind of return of that, probably not quite as powerful as what it was, but like maybe flying types get a speed boost in the wind, as well as flying type moves being boosted. What could there be for poison? I guess that would be a terrain like noxious terrain or something. Maybe that would poison any incoming Pokemon of different types, like a bit like Toxic Spikes. Like swampy terrain, something like that. Or even like smog as a weather condition, that could work as well. What could there be for bug? Just seen Ledibur there. Like a plague of locusts sort of thing, an infestation. Well, we've got the move infestation, but swarm. We have the ability swarm as well, but I guess that could count as a weather condition. Anything that's not bug takes a bit of chip damage at the end of each turn. Bug type moves boosted. Fairy terrain could increase moves confusion chance. Yeah, cool. If existing terrains are altered. Yes, exactly. Fairy's known for trickery, for sure. I remember G-Max Befuddle in Generation 8. Gigantamax Butterfree signature move. That was any status condition, though, I believe. Normal. That's an interesting one. Probably there wouldn't be one for normal, but if there were... Plain terrain. That's quite nice. Maybe in plain terrain, a bit like Simple, the ability. Any stat boosting move a normal type uses gets a double boost. So you use Swords Dance, you get +4 or something, rather than the normal +2. Now, you don't want to boost it up too much, but if it's plain terrain, you could say that every type sort of gets the normal treatment. So only fighting type moves would be super effective against everything on the field. But also you're not super effective against anything. I know Sandstorm kind of covers... I like use of Fae there, Tyler, by the way. I know ground types and steel types are kind of covered by Sandstorm, but if they had their own thing, what could it be? Metal terrain? That could be quite slippery, couldn't it? Or even spiky, maybe a bit like Toxic Spikes and the gunky terrain, or swampy terrain, or noxious terrain we've been talking about. You swap in on steel, on metal terrain and take a bit of chip damage there. Do like the stream, by the way, if you're enjoying it, everyone, and drop a subscribe. All of those things really help out content creators like me a huge amount. Feels kind of strange saying content creators like me. I've only started creating content since, or I only started in middle of April, so I'm still getting used to it, but I'm loving it. I'm really loving it, and you guys make it all more enjoyable, so thank you. City or Metropolis for normal types, making the bonus effects of moves happen more often like Serene Grace. Ooh. That's cool. That's very cool. Ash, thank you so much, as always, for joining, my friend. A huge pleasure to see you. Good luck getting ready for work. Have a good sleep. Hope to see you very soon. Again, probably won't be streaming tomorrow. The first day of no stream for a while, but hopefully later in the week. But either way, Ash, see you soon. See you in the Discord community, of course. Chazingdra's Chocolate Factory. Anyone else who is interested in joining that, the link is below. Would be a pleasure to see you there. But Ash, have a very merry rest of your day. Yeah, Serene Grace, such an interesting ability. What other types haven't we covered here? So ground, earthy terrain. I can see that being like a sticky web situation, slowing down any Pokemon that enters the field, like muddy terrain, I guess. That could also work for a kind of bug themed terrain or weather. No, we've got fighting. What could that be? You could do a fun pun there with training and terrain. So train terrain sort of thing. Where well, what would be really cool is if fighting types in train terrain get some kind of... a bit like Moody, I guess. Get a random stat boost, but just one stage and no drop at the end of each turn. But maybe that would be a bit overpowered. Fun to think about, though. Dojo terrain, yeah, exactly, Luke, yeah. I think we're going to make it to 22,000 tonight, everyone, and then we'll see where we're at. Might call it a stream then. Anyway, I'm not convinced about how this train terrain or dojo terrain is working. Maybe it's not a stat boost, but it's... maybe just boosts the power of fighting type moves. Maybe it makes them more nimble as well. Maybe it boosts their evasion slightly. That could be interesting. Ground terrain made it so flying lose their immunity. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, it's sort of almost like little geysers going off in the ground, but of earth instead. Geysers. Pronounce it geyser, right? The water hydrothermal exploding things. Not entirely sure. What else have we got? Ghost. Ooh, what about ghost? Spooky terrain, spectral terrain. Anything that aren't ghost types, mate. I mean, everyone who's not ghost types being cursed is a bit too powerful, but a little bit of chip damage makes sense. Pokemon being haunted at the end of each turn. Ghost moves boosted. Or, ooh, what about if any sleeping Pokemon in spooky terrain loses a bit of health at the end of each turn? Like nightmares, things like that. That could be interesting. Extra PP usage, love that. Yes. Like with Spite. That's a great idea, Jake, yeah. That's a lot of fun. This is really exciting. This is interesting to think about. Okay, and then Dragon. Did we do Dark earlier? Yeah, we did, didn't we? Obscure, so things miss. Or maybe it would be fog. If it was a weather condition, maybe it would be fog or something. Or shady terrain, something like that. But yeah, what about Dragon? Not that Dragon needs any power boosting, really, but Wyvern terrain or like a one-time boost, maybe, as if a Dragon type's using Dragon Dance. Optimistically checking that Kangaskhan, but no, it's not shiny. Ooh, yeah, preventing stats from being lowered so you can drop Draco Meteors for free. Love that, Jake. That kind of works with dragons, I think. Just the raw power. Imagine if there was a terrain that trapped all Pokemon in the field, a bit like Shadow Tag. Definitely overpowered, but that could be spooky terrain as well. Or even the metal terrain for steel. Sort of like a cage. Well, we are hurtling towards 22,000 encounters with no shiny, but we keep our fingers crossed. That was a really interesting topic, everyone. Thank you for going with me on that one. So much potential, isn't there? So much potential. I know that Fairy, as a type, for example, was introduced because it balanced out the Dragon type. So it just comes down to how balanced the game feels, I guess. But yeah, interesting to think about. All these hypotheticals. So, I'm going to need you all to do your own, not rain dances, but shiny dances. For the last round of encounters on this stream. I came in with so much confidence. Of course we all know that the real shinies were the friends we made along the way. But we don't have an in-game shiny. It's fine. It's fine. Had a very fun time with you all, so thank you very much, everyone, again. But the cherry on top of tonight's stream would be finding a shiny. We have a few more chances, so let's see. If you could make one change to the type chart, what would it be? I don't know if this would be good from a game balance perspective, Jake, but I've always thought that ice should be super effective against water. Which would balance out the water type a little bit, but I think make ice a little bit too offensively strong. I mean, water only has 2 weaknesses, so it's okay from that perspective, but yeah. Just intuitively, it seems to me that ice should be super effective against water. What do you think? Also, I think it's interesting that both of the types that are super effective against Fairy take super effective damage from ground in Poison and Steel. I don't know how... It's quite centralizing around the ground type. So I don't know if there's something that can be changed about that. I also think that fire is such a strong type already. Maybe it doesn't need to take not very effective from Fairy. Maybe it would be more balanced if it just took regular damage. I don't know. These are just thoughts. I don't know how they would be in practice, but these are some thoughts I have. Ah, yes. Add a weakness for Fairy and give Bug a resist to Fairy. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's a shame that Bug isn't very effective against Fairy. Because Bug needs a bit of a helping hand. Yeah, I know what you mean. To be honest, Jay, I could see Bug hitting Fairy for super effective. Because Fairy's all... I can see Bug sort of... because Fairy's all about being cute, I could see Bug sort of disturbing Fairy types. If that makes sense. Yeah, maybe removing that resist would help. I don't know. Again, all hypothetical. It's just interesting to consider. Alright, everyone. Here we go. 22,000 incoming. Very, very shortly. What do we start tonight on? 20,200. I think getting up to that tonight might be a bit of a tall order, but still, great effort. Nearly 2,000 encounters tonight. Hardest part about making Pokemon. Oh yeah, weaker to bug types as the move U-turn. That's a very interesting point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, switching out, get a free switch in, as well as dealing potentially massive damage. That's a really good point, Jay. Yeah. $22,000. No shiny. But the encounters have really flown by tonight, everyone. So thank you so much again. We're going to keep going for a bit. Anyone else who's here, and welcome if you've just joined. We are at the tail end now. We'll be doing a few more encounters, but not exactly sure how many. And we still don't have a shiny. But it's been such a fun evening. As always, hanging with you all. So thank you so much. We've just been talking about changes that could be made. Interesting changes to think about to type charts in Pokemon. What changes might you consider? Or what strikes you as something that could be changed? For example, as I said, it would make sense to me if Ice was super effective against Water. I think it would make Ice a little bit too offensively strong, but sort of makes intuitive sense anyway. James, welcome. Coming in the next 100, you can feel it. I've been saying all night that tonight we get a shiny. And it hasn't happened. So, maybe the combination of what both of us are expecting is going to make it happen. How's your day been, James? Hope you've had a very good Tuesday. Always a pleasure to see you in the stream, my friend. Oh yes, Ice having another type resist would be great, wouldn't it? Wonder what that would be. Electric. Thing is, I can't really see why it would resist electric, but of course it is supposed to be that glass cannon type in Pokemon, so the one only resisting itself does make sense. But if it were to resist something else, I remember Wolf doing a video about what if Ice resisted flying, which would kind of make sense. Given that Ice is super effective against flying. That could be good. Glad you had a very good day. James, yeah, good, thank you. Tuesdays are always very busy for me because I release podcast episodes on Wednesdays. And so I've got Ben Kiriaku's episode coming out tomorrow, fellow video game caster, someone who's a two-time national champion from back in the day. So looking forward to you all hearing that. That's going to drop 3 p.m. UK time on YouTube tomorrow. Overnight on the audio apps. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Excited for you all to hear it. Also, if you haven't seen my podcast episode with Matt Absolblog's Pokemon, which I released last week, do check that out. That was very nearly on 1,000 views last time I checked. So it would be so cool to have my first video get over 1,000 views. I'm amazed. I'm just thrilled that it's done. It's been so popular. It's been incredible to see. Always a humbling feeling when your content strikes a chord with your audience. So yeah, but I'm glad you had a very good day, James. Been a busy day, for sure. You know what, everyone? We are going to reach 22,200. We're going to make it a stream where we fit in 2,000 encounters. Sounds good to me. How would I use my classics knowledge to design Pokemon? That's a really interesting question. Yeah, for anyone who's not aware, I studied Latin and Greek and ancient history, classical civilization, things like that at university. Well, yeah, it's something I've been thinking about for a little while, James. What if we had a Pokemon region set in Greece? Probably Greece more than Rome because of Greek mythology. And so much of Roman mythology, etc., comes from Greek. There's just endless designs that could come from mythological inspiration. All kinds of creatures. Chimera. Flying horses, of course. Centaurs. Minotaurs. So yeah, I'd definitely lean into the mythology. And then you could do a very interesting sort of Greece-based storyline. In a main series game based on Greece. Something to do with warring Sky Titans, I guess they would be, because they wouldn't be gods. Upsetting our own world. I guess that sort of conforms to most Pokemon storylines, which makes it a good candidate, I think. Achilles, a Pokemon invulnerable to all types, but one type of move is an automatic one-hit KO. A bit like Wonder Guard with Shedinja there, but slightly more powerful. But yeah, I like the way you think, James. I like the way you think. How about anyone else in the stream? What if you could choose any region to base a Pokemon game on? What would you choose? We've also, James, been talking about... So nowadays, I know James is a more classic player of Pokemon, so maybe won't be so aware of terrain. But terrain is it's sort of an equivalent to weather for some types. So you have grassy terrain, electric terrain, psychic terrain, and misty terrain for fairy types. We've been thinking about what if every single type had some kind of weather or terrain associated with it. Which is interesting. Like obscure terrain for dark types, or just sort of, as a weather condition, foggy or shady or something like that. Which maybe slightly boosts the evasion of all Pokemon on the field, or maybe just dark types. Or like spooky terrain, like Jake was saying earlier, a bit like the move Spite. Whenever you use a move on spooky terrain, you lose more PP. 1 or 2 extra PP. Stuff like that. That's been interesting. But, yeah, knights, exactly the dark side. That's, yeah, very good point, James, yeah. Exactly that sort of thing. Golden Fleece Pokemon, exactly. I do check these Kangaskhan just in case. But no, it wasn't shiny. I feel like the Golden Fleece Pokemon would be the little mythical, right? Like, you get Mew and Celebi and Manaphy, the cute little mythical Pokemon that are very powerful. I think that's what the Golden Fleece Pokemon would be in this Greece region. Greece-based region. Just weak to dark, so any dark moves are... Yeah, exactly, yeah. No, I get what you mean about an Achilles-based Pokemon. Probably be a water type or something, because Achilles was dipped in the river Styx as a baby, making him invulnerable to so many things. Anyway, yeah, interesting. Here we go. We are getting up to 22,200 encounters, everyone. Is the shiny going to come at the 11th hour? Quite literally, because it's now 11:15 here in the UK. Let's see. Let's see. If our confidence has been well founded today for our shiny luck tonight. Oh yeah, it would be interesting if the box legendary, so to speak, James, for this Greece type region, the paired versions were Skiller and Charybdis somehow. That would be cool. Skiller and Charybdis, for anyone who's not aware, both sea monsters, so probably water dragon types, maybe. Sisyphus, Jake. Oh yeah, rock type Pokemon, exactly. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, constantly carrying a massive boulder on its back. That'd be very cool. It'd be very bulky, I think. A lot of stamina. Sisyphus is just there forever, rolling up that, rolling the rock up that hill. In the words of Kate Bush, running up that hill. Rock fighting, exactly. Yeah, I was thinking that maybe. And fighting type historical warrior for Achilles. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think. Thing is, the temptation for lots of different ancient Greek-based Pokemon would be to make them fighting type for that reason. We're just hammering through that dialogue there in order to make it back to our Kangaskhan tourist area of the Safari Zone. Are we going to get a random encounter shiny on our journey back? Oh, here's one. Is it going to be not one of our targets shiny? Alright, and also with tonight's stream we are now way over 2.5 times over odds. This is the way it can be sometimes. Alright, and we're back. We need another rock fighting type. Is there not a another fighting rock type that isn't Terrakion, Jake? Or am I misremembering? Rock fighting. No, maybe you're right, actually. Maybe you're right. Interesting that we only have one Pokemon covering that combination. Alrighty, everyone. We're in the last 15 encounters now. Oop. So, James, interesting that you mentioned the Oracle at Delphi Pokemon, because actually, the Generation 6 Fire first partner Pokemon, Fennekin, evolves into a Pokemon called Delphox, which is kind of... seems to be a take on Delphi. It's a magician. And of course you've got the Delph bit of its name. It's a very cool name for a Pokemon. So yeah, actually, Oracle at Delphi has kind of been covered. Anyone who's unaware, Oracle at Delphi is... people would consult the Oracle at Delphi for what's going to happen in the future, basically. It was on the entrance to the cave where the Oracle at Delphi dwelled. Gnothi Seauton, which means know yourself. Very cryptic and interesting advice. I think advice that we can definitely take into these days. Knowing anything else in the world. And knowing what you want, etc. It all comes from knowing yourself. Yeah, interesting. Persephone Pokemon, Ice Grass. Ooh. Very cool. Very cool. Very interesting to think about. Come on, let's go. About 20 encounters left to reach 22,200. I, of course, haven't been doing any shiny hunting alongside or offline. Because now we've got this lore built up. It'd be so anticlimactic to find a shiny not on the stream. Oh, we're going to have a lovely, pleasant surprise. In the final few encounters. Tyler. Prometheus. Pure Fire or Duel, that's very interesting. Fire Psychic. Stepping on Victini is fine, but yeah, we'll step on Delphox, I guess, especially if Delphox is newly tied to a Greek region. But Prometheus is a really cool idea. Firebringer, stealing fire from the gods. That'd probably be a pure fire type, I reckon. Could be the first fire fairy, actually. That could be a shout. First fire fairy type we've had in the games. We will have had in the games. Makes sense for fairy. Being the bringer of that as well. So, Hermes, flying type, interesting. Narcissus, water, that's interesting, yeah. Maybe water fairy, something like that. 22,200 encounters, everyone. We're so close to 22222. I say we reach that. But then that will be it. Come on. Yep, shiny hunting logic, Tyler. Get to a nice round number. Also, can you imagine if the shiny appeared on 22222? We'd have to give it a nickname to do with 2 if we did. Alright, here we go. This is going to be 22221. Let's get over the line. 22222. No. No. Bonus round. No. 22229. So close to 30. Let's do. This is it. This is the final bonus round. Because then we end on 22233. And nice. Nice sort of. No balance number in a way. No. Execute. Sunken. No. Lick your tongue. Well, there we go. Honest effort tonight, really honest effort. More than just over 2,000 encounters tonight. But still no shiny. Oh, I really believed. Let's just check to see if we've got Pokerus at least. Nope. Doesn't look like it in leaf green. What about fire red? Any Pokeros to report here? No, doesn't look like it. Pokeros is a very rare virus that can attach to your Pokemon, but it's even rarer than a shiny. But it's actually entirely beneficial. It means you get more boosts when you knock out Pokemon to your stats. But it doesn't look like it in Soul Silver. What about Emerald? No, it doesn't look like it. Alright then everyone, thank you for saying rest well Tyler, very much appreciate it. And yeah, c'est la vie James, absolutely. Thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight everyone. It's been a real blast tonight, as it always is. Such interesting topics of discussion. So thank you to all for those. If you've enjoyed the stream again, do subscribe, would mean a huge amount, and drop a like. All of these things really do go a long way, more than it might first seem, so would hugely appreciate it if you could. All the links below for my socials and Discord community. Would be such a pleasure to see you in the Discord community and keep up with me with everything I'm doing outside of streaming in the Discord community, but also on the socials, X, Instagram and TikTok. In terms of the next stream, as I've been saying, I'm probably not going to be able to stream tomorrow, so this is kind of, yeah, I'm streaming for 12 days straight now, as in, 12 consecutive days. So it's been a pleasure streaming with everyone for those consecutive days, but yeah, had to come to an end at some point, and that will probably be tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to stream later in the week, but remains to be seen. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. We'll stream again very soon, but it's just not going to be continuing the consecutive days, I don't think. Although the next time I stream will be the 13th day, and 13 is my lucky number, so who knows. So more than 2.5 times over odds now, everyone. This shiny. It's going to feel so good when we actually get it. And it just feels wrong to end Safari Week without any shinies at all, so let's see how it goes. Look out for Ben Kiriaku's podcast episode dropping tomorrow, fellow Pokemon competitive video game caster. Looking forward to you all hearing that. Check out the other podcast episodes on the channel and the vlogs that I've done. There's so much to get involved in and far more content planned, so I hope you all enjoy that. Always a pleasure to hang out with you all. Thank you so much again for supporting me and the stream. You really do all make it so much fun. So thank you so much for being here. Have very good Wednesdays, but for now, have a very merry rest of your day.